Hi, I'm Luke, a principal sales engineer here at Trait.ai, and today I'm going to take you through how I've built out an ITSM agent using the Merlin Agent Builder functionality. So one of the things that I've been using is the Trait.ai Merlin Agent Builder. So what I've built out here is an IT support agent that can do a few different things, and I'll show you one of the things that it can do as an example here, which is be able to provision me application access based on the applications that I'm entitled to and the role that I have within the organization. Now I've hooked up my agent to the Slack interface here so that I can interact with it through a chat interface. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and ask it, what applications can I have access to? And so my agent is going to receive that request. Now, what I've built behind the scenes within Trait is a couple of different things. Firstly, I've got a data table, which is going to hold information around the application assignments. So things like the roles, the teams, which applications exist for which teams, and who the potential approvers are. And then what we also have when we are working with our Merlin Agent Builder is this idea of tools. And tools are things that my agent is going to be able to make use of to achieve a particular outcome. You can see in this case, I've got a few tools that are going to come into play for this example. The first one is being able to get user details by email address. So it's going to take my email address from Slack and reach into Okta in this case to be able to pull back things like title, department, and manager. I've also got a tool that based on the email that I give it and the applications that exist within that data table within Trait, which of applications and services I should have access to. And then finally, a tool that will actually be able to interact with that third-party system, in this case Okta, to go ahead and provision me application access. If we come back to my IT support agent, you can see that I've got a response back. It's given me a really nice summary of the applications that I should be able to get access to. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and ask it for access to GitHub Cloud. Now you can see my Okta doesn't really have much in there. So can I get access to GitHub Cloud? And so again, my agent's going to go away with that request, be able to take that prompt, and then should go away and provision me access. The reason why it's able to provision me access is because we have that tool that is able to interact with those third-party systems. And that's one of the really nice things with our agent is that it's not just being able to give you information, which we saw with the application assignments, but also take action in these systems as well. So in this case, you can see it's come back and said it's successfully provisioned me access in GitHub. So you can see that I should now have in my Okta access to GitHub Enterprise. So it reached into Okta and provisioned me that application access. Of course, I've got additional guardrails here that mean that it's because of my role, it knows that I should have access to that, so it doesn't require manager approval. But of course, if there was a scenario where I'm asking for an application that I wasn't perhaps entitled to, there could be an approval process that comes in with that as well. If we take a quick look at the logs within the Trait platform, of course, one of the nice things here is that we have full logs of all of the steps that will happen. You can see that if I take a look at the run agent step, we can actually follow through what my agent was doing. You can see that we firstly went and it firstly used that tool to get the user details by email, and then went ahead and passed that department that it would pull back into the actual available applications and services, that second tool that I mentioned. And then it went through some of the other tools and effectively provided that application access all the way up until that last one where it actually used that tool to provision application access itself. So my agent has gone away, it's taken that particular request that came through, it's seen the tools that it has access to and figured out there was 3 of those tools that it needed to use. It used those in the right order. It firstly knew that I had to get my user details, the applications, and then finally provision that. And it was able to determine that all of that dynamically, which is one of the beautiful things with our agent functionality. Hopefully this is a really cool look at some of the things that you might be able to do with an agent with our Merlin Agent Builder functionality.